Yo, what's crack-a-lackin'? This is your boy lugnuts.guapo coming at you from Maverick Harley-Davidson, and this is a 2019 Heritage in Billiard Blue and Billiard White. Love the two-tone, and this is kind of a review on that right there. That is the very first True Duels for a Softail, and they're made by Bassani. So we did the set without the mufflers, so it would have like a cleaner, sleeker lines across the bike, and I dig it. Part of me wishes that this thing was on air, that way you could put it closer to the ground. I think it'd look a lot better that way. That's just personal opinion, and I kind of feel like the bags feel a little bit high. There's too much of a gap over there between the bags and the pipes, but other than that, True Duels, man. It's a first for the Milwaukee 8, and I will show you why. So it's not, I mean, everybody knows that you can do 10 years of one motor and then everything changes. Everybody's trying to catch on, but it used to be, True Duels used to come on this side, on the rear cylinder. It would curve around, come back this way, and then go over and that way. You can't do that, obviously. There's not a lot of space. There's plastic right here for this, where the shock is located, and you have that I believe it's an oil line, so not a lot of space to work there. And Bassani did kind of like a crossover pipe, so you'll see it come from the rear cylinder and curve right underneath there. So these two pipes are actually not touching at all. And yeah, so now you kind of have an idea of what those Softails look like. So we also threw some white wall tires on this bike, and I think it looks awesome. So let's give it a ride. Let's see what these pipes sound like. Love these new bags. I love that that's all it takes to open it, because those old bags were kind of a pain to open and close. All right, let's see. Wow, that is loud. Holy smokes, that's loud. Yeah. Woo. Huh. You know what I just realized? That camera is like aimed so low. Need to change that angle. I didn't think that one through. So I'm gonna change that real quick to maybe up here. Yeah. Maybe that'll be a better shot. What y'all think? Let's see. And yeah, I think that's a better shot. A little different. All right. Just an idle. That's loud. Very loud. Oh man. You know, I was talking to one of the techs, and he said, man, that sounds ugly. Yeah, they're very, very loud. You know, I can see how, like, this inside a building, which is where it was when it was being put together, I can see how that could be extremely annoying. This reminds me of my buddy's Road King. He had True Duals on his, and it's like, I think it's like an 02 Road King, and it sounds pretty similar, if I'm honest. Like the way, like when you accelerate and when you let go, that it's a little, I mean, it's obviously a little bit of a different sound, different intervals when it's like when you let go of the throttle. Oh, you can definitely be heard. And if anyone thought that you couldn't make a M8 motor loud, there you go. Oh man, this is ridiculous. So I determined that I definitely like what it looks like, most definitely. And while I'm riding it, granted, listen to that. Granted, it's a little ridiculously loud, and I have a full face helmet, so I probably can't hear to like the full extent as if I was wearing like a half helmet or a 3/4. But wearing a full face, it sounds great. It's not overpowering, but then again, that sound is coming from behind me, not in front of me. So listen to that. Blah 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 blah. You know what? I really thought I was gonna hate these pipes based on what it sounded like inside the shop, but I really don't. I really don't hate them at all. At a standstill, if you're like behind it, it is pretty obnoxious, I will admit that. Other than that, I kind of dig what it sounds like when you're riding it. I'm pretty sure you annoy everybody around you. Now, I don't know what the original history for True Dual exhaust, what their history is or whatever. But I can tell you this, after doing some Googling and what everybody else is out there saying, basically there's two things that were quote-unquote beneficial to you if you got True Duals. And the first one being that you eliminate that crossover pipe when you had the crossover pipes on, either stock exhaust or any other kind of exhaust that was a crossover style pipe. You would basically eliminate all that extra heat that was being created by that crossover. And I never actually paid attention to that, so I can't tell you whether that's true or not. That's just what people seem to be saying. And something that seems to be more confirmed by most people that I've talked to is you lose torque and low RPM power, but on the top end you'll feel a difference. Someone claimed 30 horsepower on the top end. I'm not sure how true that is. Just by doing pipes, I just don't see how that's possible. I might be wrong. I'm no technician. I've proven that multiple times, but that's what people are saying. So I can tell you this, it's hot, so freaking hot outside. Like my upper body is hotter than my lower body where the motor is. So that's also, I'm not saying the pipes are the reason why, because the M8 motor, it runs a lot cooler than the twin cams that came before it. Oh man, I will be honest, it does seem like there's a little bit of extra power, but we did a full stage 1, so oh man, you know what, I really dig the pipes. I do. Every time you like it gets to a lower RPM, like right around 2 RPM, and you hear like it, you let go when you're in gear, it's like blah 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 blah. I listen. I actually like that. I really, when I heard it the first time, I really thought I would hate these pipes, and I thought this video was going to be bashing those pipes, but oh, sounds like a machine gun. I really didn't think it was gonna have that effect on it, on me. Yep. Anywho, yeah, so True Duals, I mean, are y'all a fan at all of True Duals? I mean, I've always liked choloed out bikes. I don't know why. Maybe it's a Mexican within, but I dig them. I dig them a lot. I definitely like the look. I do wish, again, like I said earlier, that they were bagged, and like the bike, I wish the bike was bagged and, like, you know, dropped to the ground really nice and tucked in. And I wish those bags were a little bit bigger or longer, just to kind of like make that gap between the bags and the pipes a little smaller. And I think this thing would be awesome. Alright, so I'm cruising at 3,000 RPM. I'm not annoyed at all by that noise. Let's go down to 25. I actually dig that rumble. You open it up. Huh? I dig it. I really do. Well, if you like this video, if it was helpful to you in any way, if you had an M8 Softail platform bike and this is something you were considering to do, maybe you should come and listen to this bike for yourself here at Maverick Harley-Davidson. So, let's see, under a bridge. That is very loud. Extremely loud. Holy crap. Yeah, it is definitely loud and obnoxious, but you know, and I'm not one for super loud and obnoxious, but I actually, I dig it. I really dig it. Anywho, follow us on Instagram if you don't already, at Mav Harley. Check us out on Facebook as well as Maverick Harley-Davidson, and on YouTube, which you are, so subscribe, mash that button, and leave your feedback. Leave your feedback, please. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you don't like it. And yeah, check us out on SoundCloud and iTunes as well. And yeah, listen to what we got going on. Oh, gotta turn that off because it's super loud. What up, Cookie? You hear this thing? It is, yeah. Cookie absolutely loves it. Of course he does. He's a lover of all things old school. So, anywho, in the meantime, get on your Harley and get some wind therapy. Later. Let's pop it in neutral. Wink. That definitely looks really good.